Hi folks, it's Switchback. Chafing is a huge issue when you're out on the trail, for some of us more than others. So for myself and for you, I have been testing several different anti-chafes over the last year or more actually, between both hiking and the emergency department. And if you stay to the end, I will give you a tip for the chafing and rubbing that anti-chafes just can't fix. This is your first time here, welcome. I'm Switchback. I've spent most of my life enjoying a variety of outdoor activities, and I love sharing ways to help you get outside safely and responsibly. I make videos with tips for hiking, backpacking, and other outdoor activities, along with sharing some of my own adventures and photography. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss anything. So for a long time, I had been using Body Glide, and it worked well until it didn't for me. And all of our bodies are different. Some people have different, everybody has different body chemistry. So this is going to be sharing what worked for me now that Body Glide does not. When I decided to look for some new anti-chafe options, I decided to eliminate anything that had reports of staining clothing, contained tea tree oil because that can sting, especially if you're already chafed, anything that contained talc because that has asbestos in it, and anything with a strong odor because I am often in bear country.
Baby is right here. Go, 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 go!
So anything that I can do to reduce the draw for the bears is a good thing in my eyes. I also looked for ones that had good reviews and didn't have a lot of reports of wearing off and needing frequent reapplication. These criteria alone eliminated about half of the options, and unfortunately a lot of those were the smaller brands and the natural options, which often had reports of smelling and having a good scent, but a scent nonetheless, and of needing frequent application. The ones I'll be sharing with you today do not burn, which is good because sometimes you're applying it and you're already chafed, so that's very important. If they do have a scent, it's not very strong. I might have to reapply it once during a 12-hour shift, but if that, so that was important to me. And none of these stained my clothes. And of course, I will have links to all of these options down in the description. The options in order of my least favorite of the 5 to my most. Number 5 is Cremo. It took a while to get the stick started, lots of turn, to the point where I had also seen other comments about it. I thought it was kind of weird, and then I had that experience myself. It's definitely the messiest of the sticks. I had to wash my hands after applying it, and I decided to wait until it had dried a bit before I put my clothes on. But that also adds a challenge if I'm reapplying it at work. And that adds a challenge if you're out on the trail, of course. It's the most liquidy out of all the sticks, and I haven't had this happen yet, but I have concerns about it potentially melting on a really hot day. It does get on your clothes if you get dressed right away. Like I said, if I have to reapply it at work, but it does wash out well. It doesn't stain. Next up is Monistat, anti-chafing relief powder gel. So the only reason I don't put this further up on my list is because you have to squeeze it onto your hand in order to apply it. Now at work, it's not such a big deal. I'm doing this in the bathroom where I have access to a sink to wash my hands. But of course, on the trail, that isn't always ideal. The next 3 are really tied. They're all very similar to one another in my experience. So let me share with you what I felt about them, and then I will share what they are in order of most expensive to least expensive, at least as of the time of filming this. They all went on smoothly. My hands stayed clean the whole time, and they felt dry as soon as they were on. There was no issue with any of them getting on my clothing. And they all feel like they would be solid enough to handle hot weather, so it's not going to melt all over your bear canister or in your waist pouch or your backpack or wherever else you might have it stowed. So those 3 in order of most expensive to least expensive. Most expensive was the Old Spice Below Deck. The next was Gillette Intimate. And then our top winner between price and function is Gold Bond Friction Defense. Again, I have links to all of these below, but now for my bonus tip. If you get rubbing or chafing under, say, a bra strap, like in the back or along your collarbone or somewhere else where chafing gel just really isn't going to do the job, clean your skin with soap and water or even alcohol, assuming that it hasn't been chafed or already, in which case do not do the alcohol. And place a piece of rock tape or K-tape there, kinesio tape. If it's on your back, of course, you may need a friend to help you out. This is something that I discovered when I was doing a lot of long distance running, and I would get chafing on my back from my pack bouncing up and down and pressing against my bra strap, and I would get chafing, and it was miserable. I really prefer that K-tape or rock tape over Leukotape because it stretches and it's gonna go with your body's curves a lot better than something like Leukotape, which is gonna get a fold in it somewhere, most likely. I can usually get a day or two out of this, which is really nice, especially when you are out doing active things. And of course, I will put a link to that down in the description as well. I hope that you got some value, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!